Especially I want to thank the people who are really putting themselves on the line in the sit-ins, the lockdowns, the referendum campaigns, the divestment. The electoral challenges as well, challenging power at the voting booth, which is a part of what we must do. The bans, the boycotts, the blockades, and so much more. Thank you all for this very important work. The purpose, the fundamental purpose of our coming together in this convergence is actually to leverage this work, our work, to power each other up, to better coordinate and to join forces across the silos that have historically separated us. Because the moment we get together, we are an absolutely unstoppable force. And it is very much in the interests of the prevailing paradigm to keep us organized in our separate sectors of peace and labor and climate and indigenous rights. The name of the game is really about our coming together and overcoming this framing of divide and conquer. So I should include in that list, of course, the peace movement as well. And it is really the first time in my experience that so many of us have come together and said, we need to be a unified movement for people, planet, and peace over profit. And the over-profit part of it is really key. It's not only that we need to come together to converge, but we also need to change the system. We really need deep solutions that get to the heart. We need to connect the dots and address the underlying system that is preying on people and the planet and Mother Earth and peace and our democracy and all the rest. We cannot fix the climate while the neoliberal capitalist agenda rages on in all other sectors of society. So with the climate teetering at the brink and the UN process now grinding to a halt in complete failure, having overseen massive expansion of fossil fuels and having become the official apologist for false solutions, it's clear that governments have sold us out on the climate, but that's not all. They've sold us out on most counts too. The economy, ecology, in all of its dimensions, peace and democracy. Think Detroit, think Ferguson, think Gaza, think the Middle East. The climate crisis intensifies all of these struggles for justice, and it gives us all new urgency for unified action. Because we can't solve the climate crisis on its own. It needs to be a part of a vast system change, and we need to be the movement to make that system change happen. So, in this moment of crisis, we have an unprecedented opportunity. Because if you add up our numbers across the spectrum of struggle, 1 in 2 in America alone who are in or near poverty, 1 in 3 African American men who are held hostage by the prison industrial complex, in prison on parole or probation, 40 million students in debt with little prospects to get out of debt. You add those numbers up and it's very clear. We have critical mass, we have a critical moment, we have critical momentum to win the day. And I'll conclude just by saying Alice Walker says that one of the biggest ways people give up power is by not knowing we have it to start with. So we're here to recognize just how much power we already have and to begin using it together in a more coordinated and effective way to be an unstoppable and peaceful force. We're here to lay the groundwork to harness this power so people, planet, and peace over profit will prevail. Thank you all so much for listening.